Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm so glad you're here with me today. In this video, I have a really fun mani for you and I'm really excited to get into it. So here is what we're going to do. We're going to do some solid nails, but our accent nails are going to be a multicolored ombre with some gold foil pieces, and we're going to do some stamping. Really simple stamping, nothing too complicated, but I absolutely love the way they came out. After I go over the colors that I'm going to use today, I'm going to show you my Inspo Pic. But first, let's take a look at the colors. So the first color that I'm going to show you is called Neutral Palette. It is aptly named because it is the perfect neutral color. This goes so well with my skin color. I've never used it before. It's from Sparkle & Co. And then the next color I'm going to use is Baja. This is from 915 Aesthetics. I've been loving her powders, and these are no exception. Now this color is called My Floaty. It is one of the colors from the latest sub bag. It is gorgeous and definitely chromable. Look at that lid. Such a gorgeous shimmer. I didn't chrome it in this mani, but someday I'll have to give it a try. And then the last one is Luxe. This is a beautiful, beautiful purple. Gorgeous. And then of course I'm going to use my black stamping polish from Maniology. And these are the stamping plates. I got these off of Amazon, and I will link everything that I'm using in this mani down in the description box below. Now, as I previously mentioned, I do have an Inspo Pic. I found this on either Instagram or Pinterest. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. It was that long ago. I've had it saved on my phone forever. There is a watermark on that picture. However, I think it's in another language, so I can't really, like, the letters are not English letters. So I'm not really sure how to search it to link them, but I'll do my best. If I can't find it, I'm so sorry, but that is what inspired this mani. I didn't do all 5 fingers, just 2 accent nails, but I just loved the concept, so I ran with it. As you can see, I've already started my dipping process, which is kind of funny because I say dipping process, but I'm actually pouring over today. What I have found recently, and I don't know if it's the temperature in my nail room or the length of my nails, but I've said it in a few of my previous videos, I found that pouring over or laying in has been working better for me lately. Because when I'm dipping into the jar, it's kind of pushing the liquid around and making things bumpy and lumpy, and I don't like that. So I'm pouring over or laying in, and that's working out great for me right now. So I applied Baja to my pinky nail, and My Floaty is going on my index and my thumb, and then I'm going to do the nail art on my ring and middle finger. So I'm only showing one layer of each color, and I'm going to do the other ones off camera, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to encapsulate one nail in clear because, you know, I really want to get to the nail art part of this. If you are interested in seeing my full dipping process, I can link some of those videos up in the cards for you, but for this one I'm just gonna show you, you know, my first couple of steps, and then we're gonna move on to the nail art because that's the part of this video I'm really, really excited about. So the solid application is complete all the way through activation, and I do it that way because when you're ombreing, obviously you're tapping the colors on and it can go everywhere, and I just didn't want to contaminate my solid nails. So now I'm going to apply my base liquid, and I have found that for this kind of ombre, because I'm using 4 different colors, I like to use the smallest ombre brushes that I own because I'm only trying to cover a very small portion of my nail, and this gives me more control. So I decided to start with the lightest color first. So I'm starting with this neutral palette, and I'm just finding opposite sides of my nail. I'm applying the color in 2 different spots on my nail, and then I am going to go in with the next color. And the first layer is not going to look perfect. This is kind of where I just map out where I want to put each color. Thankfully, I'm using my double dipped base liquid, which is has a medium dry time, which is perfect for this kind of ombre. It stays wet long enough for me to apply all 4 colors without it drying too quickly. I find that the trick to this kind of ombre is to sort of overlap your colors. It is okay if they overlap because you kind of want them to blend into each other. So it's gonna look kind of like a big mess at first, but when you tap it off and then brush off the excess, you're gonna see that it really kind of blends together. And then when you do your second layer, it's gonna blend even better because you're gonna start with the last color and finish with the first, if that makes sense. So I started with neutral palette and I'm ending with Luxe. Well, I'm going to start with Luxe and then end with neutral palette on the second layer, and then you'll see once you brush off all the excess powder that you have this beautiful blend of colors. It's not going to look like a regular ombre because this is sort of more of an abstract blend of colors, if that makes sense. I think you'll sort of get the sense of what I'm doing once you see the second layer. It's going to all come together. But for now, I'm going to repeat the process on my middle finger. I'm going to let you watch me do that. And I may speed through this a little bit, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to do the second layer on my ring finger, and I think you'll get the idea of what I'm talking about. I'm back only because I want to talk a little bit about this second layer, even though I'm like in hyperspeed right now. I just wanted to mention again that I started with neutral palette last time. This time I'm starting with Luxe. So as you can see, I'm going to get a bit more of that purple on there, and then I'm going to go backwards through the colors. So then I'm going to do Baja and then my floaty, and then I'm going to end with neutral palette. And that creates more of a seamless blend between the colors. So that's why I do it that way, and I'm only going to do the 2 layers. Sometimes if I don't love the blend, I will do a 3rd layer, but this time out I absolutely love the way it came out, so I didn't do any more than the 2 layers for this ombre. After I finish my middle finger, I'm going to brush off the excess, and then I'm going to apply another layer of dip base, and then I'll apply the gold foils. So I'll be back for that. Now that the ombre part is done, I'm going to go back in with my dip base, and I'm going to use an orange wood stick to pick up and place just a few of these gold foil flakes. And I'm not going to use a lot of them. I'm only going to use maybe 5 or 6 little pieces, and I'm going to just place them randomly all over the nail, making sure not to cover up the ombre too much. I really want that ombre to show through. This is just a little added detail. I'm going to repeat the same exact process on my middle finger. Then I'm going to encapsulate both accent nails in clear. Then I'm going to activate them, and off camera, I will file and shape everything up. And when I come back, we're going to do a little bit of simple stamping. All right, I am back. Now, on my inspo picture, the black that you see in that picture is actually spider gel. And as many of you know, I'm staying away from most gel products these days. And spider gel in particular scares me a little bit because it's really hard to use that without getting it on your skin. And it just seemed like a whole lot of trouble to go through to, you know, use a barrier or what have you. So I thought it would be nice to put my own little twist on it and do some stamping. So I found these floral stamping plates on Amazon a while back, and I thought that some of these would be perfect. They're very simple, like branches with leaves on them. That's it. And I'm using my black stamping polish, and I think it adds just the perfect touch to finish this mani off. And I'm really happy with the end results. It's similar to the inspo picture, but it's not an exact copy. And, you know, I use similar colors, but not exactly the same colors. I just kind of put my own spin on it. And I'm extremely happy with the way it came out. Now, I know I've been talking through my stamping process. It was really not my intention for this to be focused on the stamping, but just to talk a little bit about my process. Sometimes I struggle, again, in my nail room. I mean, the temperatures can go from, you know, really cold in the winter time and really warm in the summer. I do have an air conditioner, but, you know, sometimes that can just mess with the polish and the way it picks up and the dry time and all of that stuff. But I got lucky in this mani because every single pickup was pretty much perfect. That rarely happens. Anyway, I know I didn't discuss the stamping process at length. I promise you I will link some stamping videos up in the cards for you, and my next upload is going to be a lot more stamping, like a lot. So we'll talk about it more then. To finish this off though, I am applying my smudge-free top coat because I do not want to ruin the stamping with activator. The smudge-free top coat acts as a barrier between the stamping polish and the activator, and that makes it possible for me to use my dip top coat over my stamping, which is my preferred way to top coat, you know. I mean, if you've been around a minute, you know I prefer dip top coat over anything else. I don't use gel really because of allergies and sensitivities, but even before that, my preferred top coat was dip. I just love the finish of it, the strength of it, all of it. So yeah, if you haven't been around a minute and you're new here, hi, I'm Jess. Welcome, I'm glad you're here. I hope you'll stick around, maybe subscribe. I try to upload once a week. No set time. It's random. You have to pay attention. So make sure you hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when I've uploaded. Now I'm going to finish applying my dip top coat, and when I come back, we'll wrap it all up. Oh yes, I am completely gaga over this mani. I am thrilled with the way that it came out, and as I always do, I'm going to finish this mani off with some cuticle oil to replenish and rehydrate. I hope that you enjoyed this video. You know, sometimes I have a lot of fun like finding inspo pictures on like Instagram or on Pinterest or even just Google and trying to find a way to achieve the look with just dip powder or dip powder and stamping or decals or something without having to use gel products. It's a challenge and I like challenging myself, and I'm glad that I gave this one a shot because I couldn't be happier. Really, really love it. I hope you love it too. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll let me know by hitting that like button or commenting down below. It would really, really help me out. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye now.